Good morning. So today I looked at my sewing room and do you ever feel just like kind of disgusted by yourself? I think we need to get this situation situated because my mind cannot be creative without a clean and clutter-free space. And this is not sparking any inspiration or motivation. So come along and clean with me. Do you have random toys just hanging around your sewing room? I didn't want to do this, but I've been working with Janome for probably 4 months now, and my baby lock has been banished to underneath my table. But I think it's time to get it off the floor and put it into storage. I don't have an actual space to put it into yet, but for now I'm just going to use a piece of fabric to keep it dust free. On this little table. This is another day's problem. We're just going to pretend like that is a beautiful, clean closet. I got this plate from the thrift store. It's a cake plate from England. Isn't it beautiful? This is my little ironing cart. I keep all of my ironing accessories. So we have the sausage roll, a tailor's ham, a tailor's clapper, a quilt iron for little guys, and I have my other bigger Aliso down there, and just again that cart needs to be tidied up as well. I just made this in a tutorial. Isn't it so cute? It is a quilt project without binding, so it's all one piece that just kind of wraps over the edge. Cassette tapes. I think that's gonna fit in there. Mounts everywhere. Christmas tree, squishmallows, flamingos, just everywhere. Sometimes I just don't know where to put things. God, it looks so much more offensive in the viewfinder. Oof. My son brought home photos from his teacher. And bookmark. Cords. Microphone for voiceovers. Drink. I'll put that up there. Put everything on the ground so that I can vacuum it up. This is my spot for all the electronics. Sewing rooms can get so dusty. It's crazy. Really need to dust all the time. I want to keep this up here, but I only have a spot for it. Shall we do a story time? What's going on in my life? Not much, actually. Just hanging out with you. So last week there was a swing set on the side of the road, and it had been out there for a week and a half, and no one was taking it. Right? It had a slide, it swings, but it had like all the wood was just like in rough shape, and no one wanted it because it was garbage. So I told the kids, like, why don't you go grab the slide and the swings, right? Which it could be like a douchebag move, but whatever. They went and took it, and then they're like, we want to take a swing. And I'm like, oh, I just said take the slide. So they go back to get the swing, and I'm like, this is going to be bad. One of the kids from the house sees that they took the swing and the slides. And they're like, you can't do that, you're stealing. Even though it was on the side of the road, it had a sticker on it that said free. And so now a whole thing has erupted. My kids come home and they're like, they were confronting us, and they came over here and they came in our backyard and tried to take the swing back. And at this point I had already put the slide on our playground, so it's already installed. Like, I don't waste time. And these children are just so angry that we took those things, even though, I mean, they were garbage. So the kids come over with the dad. My neighbor talks to the dad. He's like, oh, I don't care. Yeah, of course, if they can use it, they can have it, blah, blah, blah. So, perfect. I'm not, the dad, my neighbor, is not mad at me, so I'm happy. But these kids would not let it go for nothing. The next day, they came over to my house while I was inside, walked right into my backyard, and took all the swings off of my playground and brought them home. Oh my God. Now these kids are 7. I cannot believe it. So then my neighbor's kid comes over and knocks on my door, and she said, I just saw them walking down the street with a bunch of swings. And I'm like, what? So I look in my backyard. Sure enough, they're all off of my playground. They're missing. I'm like, oh my God, these, can you even believe that? Like the audacity, the gall to be able to, at 7 years old, just go into a stranger's back. Like, I don't even know these kids really. They live like further down the street. To just walk into my backyard and help themselves. So I went to the house, and the father, I could hear him arguing with his children in the house to tell them to bring it back. And the kids are still arguing, and I'm like, oh my God. I have never seen children so ballsy to do something like that. Anyways, we talked it out again, and I think they're past it, but I know, you know, deep down inside they're still angry. You know, they probably didn't want to get rid of their playground, but their dad probably said, you don't play with it ever. So out to the curb it goes. And now it lives at my house, and I said, if you want to come over and you can play on mine, and then, you know, anytime. But after that, I was like, I don't know. These kids these days are very, just, they got some cojones. I would never do that at that age. I would never do that at any age. Anyways, that's my story time. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the one area that's driving me nuts. I don't know what to do with it. Right now I have all of the zipper I just bought on here, which is not a long-term solution, obviously. And then I have all these paper patterns that I need to put away. So we're gonna do that. I have a paper bag. If you have any ideas on what I can do with this space to make it, I mean, if the more storage, like, I don't know. What do I do? I need ideas. So please let me know in the comments. Don't buy white. Don't buy white. I don't know what is still a pattern or not. I did not organize properly. Because some are from drafting, so some are like not even a real pattern. I also have a projector, so like I don't need, I can always just go and re-download and I think that's what we're gonna do. Farmhouse chic skirt for kids. I hope I never stop finding these, but I know one day I will.